The funny thing you'll notice a lot of times when a business goes out of business is that went out of business mostly and generally because of poor management. Poor management. Sometimes you can have all the money in the world and you cannot make a place successful unless you have somebody there who has business acumen and knows how to handle people. If you have somebody there who wants to play the friendship game, you are bound for failure. Because like this, you have to, like, one of the biggest things I noticed, especially when I was talking to one of my friends about this, was that when he was a manager, he could not keep control of the employees who he was working with. He was so worried about being their friend. And it cost him his job in the long run. He was so worried about being their friend that he would never tell them to do their job. He was afraid that he would look like a bully. That's your job. When you're a manager, you have to get people motivated. And motivation sometimes has to be negative motivation. Sometimes you got to get somebody's ass and tell them, hey, I need this done. I need it done today. Because so many times when you promote from within, people get these kind of strange ideas like you turned on them or something. No, that you have a new job. You have a new title. You have to get things done. Otherwise, we're all out of work. See, simple-minded people don't get that a lot of times. Simple-minded employees will sit there and let jealousy start to fester in their head. They'll start thinking twice about, well, why am I taking orders from him? We started at the same time, but he's a manager and you're not. And sometimes when you're a manager, you have to make those hard decisions. Sometimes you have to be the guy who, when somebody starts screwing up, you gotta say, I gotta let you go. Fuck the friendship. You gotta go. You're costing this company money. You're costing me money. You're making me look bad. Because the thing I always remember about when my friend was a manager was that when I worked under him, I wanted him to look good. Why? Because I'm your friend. A friend will not let you fail. A friend will stand behind you and try to make you look good. And in turn, you expect that friend to do the same for you. That they will see the passion you're bringing to the job to make them look good. That they want to make you look good. They want to keep you well paid. They want to keep you gainfully employed. See, when you get friends who are just trying to get that gimme from you, and they're not trying to do anything to make themselves look better or do better for themselves, that's not a friend. A lot of friends will use you. And then when you're gone, guess what? They'll still be there with a new person who will do what you wouldn't do. Put your foot up their ass. Good friends will support you. Horrible friends will tear you down. So like I said, when you're looking for a reason why somebody fails or companies fail, it's leadership. Poor leadership will destroy and ruin any business anytime. You can have all the money, you can have all the degrees. If you don't have somebody there who demands the best from their employees, you are bound to fail. You cannot have somebody out there who wants to be their friend. You can't have somebody that you can't trust, and you can't have somebody there who's a fool. You need them to look at you. When you pick somebody to be your team leads, to be your managers, you have to find somebody that you can look in them and you can rely on them to do their best. Because when they do their best, they make you look good. When they do horrible, that falls back on you and it makes you look like a freaking fool. So when you're out there, before you get into business, before you go into management, you have to pick a good team. Because when you pick horrible teamers, you get horrible leadership is involved in what you own, you're bound for failure. You're losing. You're going to be losing money, you're losing time, and you're losing energy. So next time you go out there and you work for somebody, so because they become a pain in the butt, as long as they're making you all do some work, that's not that bad. Some people say they're a slave driver. Shoot, I'd rather have a slave driver than have some lazy fool who's not asking for the best from me. Because when you don't ask the best from me, we're bound for failure sometime down the road. I've had managers like that who will not ask for the best from their employees, and then they'll act surprised when they lose contracts, when they lose business, and they have to start cutting people's hours. Because when you work for a manager who's doing his best, you don't lose hours. Matter of fact, you might gain some hours because you're getting more work because you guys are accomplishing the goals you have set. But when you have somebody who's not in that game time mind frame, shoot, you can count on losing some hours. You were getting about 40 a week, all of a sudden your hours are down to 28, 24, 20. You know why? Because your manager is not on his game. So keep that in mind. If you want to be successful out here a lot of times, if you want to be with a company that's doing their best, look at the management. If the management's doing bad, shoot, get your resume ready because you're about to go looking for another job quite soon. Next 2 or 3 years, you will be putting that joint on monster.com. So keep that in mind. Next time somebody puts their foot up your ass, Understand why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they don't want to be your friend. They're doing it because they want to succeed. They want to hit their goals. They want to be gainfully employed, and you should too. Peace out.